Recording start. Okay. So you don't need notes then. I will record the session. And if you just want to have the recording, I will send this to all of you. I will also at the end give you guys my email address so you can get back to me with like specific questions or whatever. And I've built it here. Let's start with, I'm going to share my screen. Let's share the whole thing. Share. Okay. I prepared a little presentation, but we're going to switch very quickly to my broker account, and I'm going to show you how to get started with ETFs. So let's go here, play. So everyone knows what is an ETF. You can like speak freely.
Not me. I would like to understand a little bit better.
Yes. So ETF, I love ETF because you can participate as a beginner in the stock market without taking so much risk. So an ETF, it's the abbreviation for exchange traded funds. And it's basically like a basket of a lot of industries and a lot of companies. It's very similar to like a mutual funds, what is, I think, very popular and was also, I don't know, just very trendy maybe 10 years ago before ETFs, etc. But mutual funds are basically the same, but they're managed. So an ETF is not managed. It was designed to track a specific index, for example, and follow it. So basically, it's like a basket full of industries, countries, and firms. Yeah, and that is why it makes it so easy and I think kind of risk-free to invest in a real estate, I will say. But I'm always careful with saying risk-free, but you will see if we look always in the past, because I like to look in the past, how the ETFs behave, we will see that it was not that risky in the last 10 years, even with Corona and other like kind of crashes in the market. Okay. A little bit about my background. Besides of loving to wear black, my name is Alicia, and I was born in Spain and grew up partially also in Germany, to be fair, because my mom is married to a German guy, and they met when I was very young. So this is why people are confused. I speak very good German. I have a German passport. I was raised between Germany and Spain and went to the German school in Barcelona. My dad, my original dad, is from India, and my mom is half. There's someone joining. Hmm, I don't know how to let this person. This is now difficult if people start to join and I'm doing the presentation. Okay, so yeah, my mom is half South American, and I moved completely as an expat, I would say, but with a bit of German knowledge in 2009. That's a little while ago. And I was living in Köln and Hamburg. Then I moved to Mexico City, and now I'm in the US. And believe it or not, I still have my business in Germany, and I still have my ETF account from Germany. So ETF is also very good if you're like a traveler or a nomad, basically. Okay, I'm very much focused on expats. As you know, I actually don't work with Germans at all. I have a couple corporations with lawyers, but I actually don't accept Germans. I just prefer to work with people like me that need a specific help with the German bureaucracy, also with the German insurances. We are very focused on wealth management and also retirement planning and real estate investment in Germany and the US lately. So yeah, my business idea came from own pain because I made so many mistakes in Germany. I was literally a loser, how I like to call myself. I didn't have like a health insurance for almost a year because I didn't know that I needed one. I didn't have Haftpflichtversicherung. I lost my employer's keys. I had to pay the whole thing. I got fired from my job without having like an insurance for lawyers. Like all things happened to me. I also had like some insurance planning that I never need from the Deutsche Bank, actually, because I had to learn also that banks call you and they, of course, they want to offer you stuff. And then financial planning in Germany can be a little bit overwhelming and not very transparent because there are so many like people out there in the market. So I had to understand really, okay, what is an independent person who is tied to an insurance, etc. So this is also, I think, something that I like to educate on. Please always, before you take any insurances, a pension plan or whatever, like make your research, maybe talk to one or two other people and just compare. This is very important in the German market. And it's good that the people are independent. Okay, there's someone else joining. Sorry. Okay, I don't know how to escape. Hi, Erik. Uh, Latin's always late. Hola, Erik. Okay, let's start with the benefits of ETFs. Someone, okay, without reading this, do you know some benefits? Some benefits like familiar to you of ETF or in a brokerage account? Okay, okay, cool. Okay, someone else is joining. Perfect. So first of all, what I do like ETFs in a broker account is the flexibility. You will see later on when I will switch to my broker account that you can buy and sell very quickly. That means that if you have like a specific financial goal, you can invest towards it. And then when you reach your goal, when this is happening, let's say a trip, you buy a house, whatever, you buy an investment, you move to another country and you're investing towards that, or you want to become independently, you want to like quit your job, you can easily sell those ETFs. And why I like ETF, because they're like very cost efficient. You will see the ETF will eat very, very less of your money. And it's also, yeah, taxes is a thing that we're going to discuss, but without having the taxes in mind, it's very easy to sell and you will have like a nice outcome if you do it right. So flexibility, it's super easy to like buy and sell. This is, I think, my number one, and also why I shout out to the expats that are moving to Germany or they are somewhere and maybe they are not staying long enough in Germany to make a retirement planning or to buy a real estate and want to like protect their money, for example, against inflation and have a separation from your bank account. So a brokerage account is nothing else than a bank account. I will show you how to open this broker account. And I want you to have really a separation between your normal bank account and, let's say, your long-term investments, because you know what happens, or at least it happens to me in my bank account. If I have money in my bank account, it disappears. I'm also like a normal person. I'm a spender. I love online shopping. If I sometimes say I don't, this is a lie. I do. And I need also to have a strategy for myself and to have my limits. And I think using a brokerage account as, for example, as a trash account to the last point is very beneficial. And for example, why I call it as a trash account, if I ever, this is like a very, yeah, not stupid, but very easy example. If I buy something online and I return it, okay, and mentally I spend this money, once it's coming back to my bank account, I will put it into an ETF always. I will put this money into an investment account, to the broker account, and this is why I call it a trash account. So it's really like an account between your normal bank account that is short term and your retirement account, for example. Perfect. So the second point is low entry point. You will see that you can start investing in ETFs with like $25 euros. This changed. I just checked it today. They changed it to €1. So even if you have like €1, you have no excuses not to invest your money. Okay. I don't want to listen to these excuses that I don't have money, etc. I think we live in Europe and the US, in Mexico City, and you always should be able to put a little bit of money on the side. It's basically a must, I will say, nowadays. Then safe and low risk approach. Totally, I will show you to make no big losses. I actually didn't do any losses in 10 years. So I will introduce you to that, to how not to make losses and make gains, of course. Hands-off investment, no need for daily monitoring. Exactly. So the difference about an ETF, for example, and the stock market, is a stock market you have to monitor almost every day because, oh, someone else, investing in the stock market or in stocks, you can lose it all. I lost $4,000 lately on an AMC stock. Okay. It's hard to say I lost it. I have to wait, like maybe a couple of years until the company, because it's one company, makes a strategy or they change the CEO. So it can happen like in 10 years that I gain my money back, or maybe not. So I make also other losses in other companies. So you don't need to monitor an ETF. You basically, and I'm very confident whenever I make like a coaching session with the client, we do coaching sessions on ETFs for an hour. I'm very confident that the financial plan that I do for this client, he can leave it for 10 years and he doesn't even need to touch it. He will be even surprised if he doesn't open the broker account for 10 years, that there will be gains. Of course, if there's like a war or something major happening, this is something else, but then we have bigger problems. Yeah, and it's easy to manage and to understand. You will see in this session, you will understand how to invest in real estate, an ETF, and this will, I think, help you. Target group, beginners in investing, totally. People seeking flexibility, like expats. Okay, we are almost all expats. Well, Damian is local, but okay. Students starting early, exactly. We don't want excuses. Yeah, students that say, I don't have money, I don't believe them, because you can start with €1. If you're a student, now it's your time, you can invest your money. You can invest €1 a day or €1 a month, whatever floats your boat. And very important point, if you're parents and you're seeking to invest for your child, there are two ways. You can invest over the long term with like kind of long-term plans and insurance planning. Germany offers, yes, but this is for long term. I would say even if your child is 30 plus. But if you're looking to grow your money and give your child this money when he is 18, or even for yourself to invest the Kindergeld, that you get from the government to like later on pay costs that you have to pay anyways, like a Führerschein or a university, etc. Then this is really, really good. This is what I do for my child. I put €200 per month in my child's ETF account, and later on I will decide what to do. Yeah, this is a very good way, very cost efficient. And then retirement. Okay. I had this question many times. Who is taking care of retirement right now already?
I do.
Who is this?
Aitza.
Ahí está, muy bien. Claro, porque lo has hecho conmigo, muy bien.
Yes.
Okay, retirement planning. For everyone seeking retirement planning, and I know there are amazing coaches showing you how to invest with ETFs and a broker account in your retirement. There's a huge problem. I will say that I'm good with money. I know how to invest money, etc. But once you are 60 years old and you have this kind of flexibility with your broker account that you can access this money immediately, it's very hard psychologically to keep for a normal, let's say, a person to not take the money, because we will always have like bad moments in life or moments that we need money, that we maybe like don't have a job, or we like, I don't know, so many things can happen in life, and they happen where you need your money. So I already crushed my broker account for multiple reasons. One of the reasons was like I invested in real estate. It was a good reason, but there are also other bad reasons. For example, when I was like pregnant and I had 3 months, I was so tired I couldn't even like respond to an email, and then I had to like take money from my broker account to like pay my bills. So I think it is very dangerous to do it for retirement, for the reason that we might crush this broker account before retirement. And the second one is managing your money in retirement. It's very hard to like pay yourself out a salary every month, having 200,000 of your plus in this account if you make it until retirement, investing every month your 500 or 600 euros. So this is why there is like a differentiation about like ETFs investment in insurance wraps, what should be or can be a part of your financial planning, not the solution, but a part of your financial planning, because you have also huge tax advantages also with those plans, because over the long term, you will need to tax 100% of this money. Doesn't matter if you're 60, 80, there's no mercy. You have to pay 25% of all gains in Germany. That's a lot of money. And when you mix ETFs and an insurance planning, like when you have like a private pension plan, you have to pay only 50%. Yeah, you have like a 50% tax benefit. And with even the Rürup-Rente, this other pension plan, you can have the tax benefits immediately. So there's like there are differentiation, okay? For me, it doesn't work, ETF for retirement. I decided I will not move forward and use it really to like grow and invest it in other assets, such as a real estate or my own business, etc. Okay, how ETFs fit into your financial planning. So short term, you should have 3 layers, okay? Short term is your bank account, your savings, I call it fuck you money. When you want to do something for yourself, you want to leave your job, you want to pursue your dreams or travel, you should have some money, 2 or 3 monthly salaries in your bank account just for emergencies, okay? Then we have the midterm investments, and therefore I recommend you to everyone to open a broker account, because opening a broker account and investing ETFs is almost for free. And long-term investments, I do recommend to, on top, have a retirement planning and a real estate investment. It's very easy nowadays to like invest in real estates. It's really easy nowadays. So please have all those 3 layers, and I think you will be okay with these 3 layers. We have to keep it easy. Okay, then let's start with opening our broker account. Does someone have any questions to what I said?
No.
No? Okay.
No.
No? Okay. And 1 second. Water. Perfect. Oopsie. Okay, opening a broker account. How many of you have already a broker account? They don't use, maybe.
But when you say broker account, do you mean, for example, Trade Republic?
Yes, yes,
Okay.
exactly. Yes.
Also, when you say broker account, do you mean maybe Robin from Deutsche Bank, if you're familiar with that?
I am. Is it like an auto invest product?
It is exactly. So it's like a put your money and forget about it.
Okay, yes. Okay. Yes. Well, a broker
Mhm.
account is self-managed, and I think Robin like manages for you, right? You pay like a little fee and
Exactly.
manage it for you. Okay. Yes. It is the same. It is a midterm investing. Okay, there's a question. Yes, exactly. Trade Republic is a broker account. Exactly. So I want to, if you don't have a broker account, I think this is the first step you should do. Actually, this presentation, it's funny. My husband made this presentation. He actually, because I'm not good at it, and he changed it. He put the open a broker account in point 2 and set a saving goal first. And I said, no, this is my presentation. Please change the order. And he's like, no, you will confuse people. Why should someone open a broker account first if they don't have the investment goals? And I said, you know, how many people lose time thinking about which broker account they should open? You know, it's like thinking about which Haftpflichtversicherung to open. Please don't spare your brain cells, because at the end, the grass is not greener. I will recommend you three platforms, and that I know they are reliable, they're safe, they are not expensive, and they're easy to use. And one is Trade Republic, Scalable Capital, and Comdirect. If you are in Mexico City, Pamela, you Google, because I never had a broker account in Mexico City. You Google broker account or ETF account, on the Google. This is how you find them. This is how I found the Comdirect. I work with Comdirect. And if you only invest with ETFs, you don't have to worry about the cost, because people like make really like Tabellen and a lot of spreadsheets on cost. Don't worry about the cost. If you deal with ETFs, you will not have any like broker costs, for example. You just will pay a little bit of fee to like the account, but that's it. If something is totally for free, if there's like zero fees involved, usually they might sell your data or or what happened also on completely for free accounts, that it happens with Trade Republic, for example, and with another one, that some specific, when I do ETF coaching and someone is investing maybe 10,000 or is investing their bonus of 10 or 20,000 euros with me into an ETF plan, we are looking for 10 to 20 different ETFs, okay? And then I need to make sure that I have an account that I can find all ETFs that I want. I do have many clients, they want to invest in India, in the US, in Europe, in France, in Germany, and then we need very accurate ETFs. And of course, that's why I use Comdirect for myself, because I know that I can find everything. They say about Comdirect, it's expensive, but it's expensive, I think, if you trade, if you buy stocks, not on the ETFs. So please don't take so much space on your mind on opening the broker account. If you don't have Revolut. Okay, Revolut is also, one client of mine had Revolut, and what I didn't like about it was the design. It was very like, sometimes the design matters if it's pleasant for you to invest, that you're looking forward to go to this broker account and the colors match to you. For example, Trade Republic, I don't like the black color. I don't like it. It doesn't make me want to invest there. I have Scalable, it's like blue, white, what I like a lot. And Revolut, I coached a client and she had it. And first of all, we didn't find all ETFs that we needed. And it was harder for her to like find the right search button, etc. So, you know, sometimes the design plays is important. But for the ETFs that I will show you today, we're going to work with 2 ETFs to start. They're no-brainers. You will find them everywhere. So totally, if you have Revolut, just stay with Revolut. And in the future, if you want to invest more, maybe you can change. Okay, first of all, broker account. It's going to be, if you don't have a German passport, it's going to be a little bit complicated because you have to do the Postident, okay? You will put your Steuer ID because the taxes are taken out automatically when you sell. You're going to put your address, your name when they ask about your personal data, and your bank account. And then if you don't have a German passport, you have to go to the Postident. You have to go to a post and show your passport, or sometimes your Anmeldebestätigung. This is Pamela, eso es lo que pasa en Alemania, okay? This is Germany. In the US, I have 2 broker accounts, and I had it in a heartbeat with even asking for my passport. So it's good. Yes, it's bad. Yes, because there's no security. So sometimes being over-secured means that in Germany, you have peace of mind, I would say. Okay, and then I want you to think about the timeline, okay? When you set your broker account, think about your purpose, why you're going to invest. Is it for a house? Is it for a trip? Is it to become a freelancer? For what are you investing? This is very important that you have an emotional connection to your investment and a purpose. That's my number one. And the purpose is tied to the timeline, of course. And then put a budget. Okay, the budget is interesting. I want you to start with the minimum that you can and then step by step going up. Psychologically, this works better than if you start with like 500 or 1,000 euros. And then you have to go lower because at the end, it's too tight. So start always with like a small amount. As mentioned, we can start today, for example, together with 25 euros and see how it's going with 2 ETFs. And then the good thing about your ETFs and broker account, you can log in and change the amount every month. Okay. And there's also, I want to say something dangerous about like investing high and then going down. Let's say, for example, you're investing in the US, okay, for 1,000 euros. And they say, oh, 1,000 euros is maybe too high. But then there's like a drop in the market and you lose part of your 1,000 euros. And then you change your Sparplan to like 300 euros. You know what? You cannot catch up with 300 euros. You need more money to catch up as 1,000. So it's like also not emotionally, but from financial perspective, also better if you start low and go up. Okay. Also in retirement planning, the same. Start low, go up. Perfect. Then saving plan or one-time payment, very important. So saving plan, and this is what I recommend, is like an ongoing payment. Every first of the month or every 2 weeks, you can invest the money that you want into the ETFs that I will name. And you will just wait and do anything and just let the money sit. One-time payments, I will explain you when to do one-time payments. One-time payments are good, for example, when you have a bonus. Or in case of my client, when her uncle died and she got a lot of money from Argentina and we had to like ship it to Germany first and then like make a financial planning how to spread this money. And most of the money we put in ETFs. So one-time payments were very important to know a timeline when to wait until it's a perfect market situation that you can invest. But I will show you. And then select diversified ETFs. There's 3 points, only 3 points. Risk class, how much risk you want to take, countries, and which countries you want to invest, and companies. And then taxes. Taxes are very important. The taxes now are going automatically from your account. This is something also new. You will see in my broker account, they take taxes every month. Yeah, but at the end you have to pay less, but you're paying them ahead. This is something new. Also, when you sell your ETFs, they will also be already tax-free because they already take the taxes. So you don't need to add them in your tax declaration. You only add your tax declaration real estates and Rüruprente or Riester-Rente. This is the only financial products that you add to your tax declaration. Okay, and I will show you in the broker account how you can let the brokerage account know that you want to have tax-free payouts, because once a year you can have tax-free payouts. For single people is 1,000 euros. For married people, zusammen veranlagt is 2,000. So 2,000 euros if you're married per year, it's tax-free. Okay. You could also take 2,000 out in December and again in January and have then almost 4K, you know, maybe for Christmas. We have more spendings, and both would be like tax-free because it's like separate years. So a little trick how to save taxes on our brokerage account. Otherwise, you always pay 25 to 27%, Solidaritätssteuer 2% on taxes, what is a lot. Point six.
Sorry, Alicia, can you please repeat? What I understood is I can take out money from my ETF account one time per year without paying taxes, right?
That's correct, 2,000 euros. You can take money.
2,000, okay.
Exactly. Well, are you married?
Yeah.
Besides that?
Yes.
Vale. Then yes, exactly. It's 2,000.
Okay.
It's
Thanks.
2,000. 2,000 is tax-free. And then if you take, let's say you take 3,000 out, then you will pay 27%, or depending where you live, 25 to 27% from the 1,000 euros. But the 1,000 euros, it's of the gains. It's not on your money, just on what you made. That's very important. So your money is already taxed. We're not going to tax this money. Is really what you gain from the ETFs, the las ganancias. Okay. We will keep this open, and now we're going to move to our broker account, and we're going to do everything, all the points in a broker account. So I'm going to activate. Oh, I'm logged in. Okay, no concerns. Okay, this is my personal broker account. I have in total, so I started with Deutsche Bank. I had there my mutual funds. Okay, I didn't know how much cost I was paying. I really recommend to do mutual funds and ETF on your own with such a tool. This is why we're doing these webinars. Because if you do it with the bank, and I'm not talking about what you have, Damian, I'm talking about really like going to a bank and do it. They like take per 100 euros that you invest, 5% Ausgabeaufschlag. This is like an extra cost that you won't see here because it doesn't exist, and that I also don't charge on coaching sessions, because this is exactly why we don't want to work with banks, because it's a lot of money that you could use for your investment account. There's no reason to charge you 5% for mutual funds, because there's already a manager managing mutual funds, and there's no need to give more to the bank people because they really don't manage your funds. Okay, this is so no one manage your funds, only you and like a fund manager that gets a lot of money. He sits in New York and like, you know, does whatever he does, like a psychopath is looking at their money, but no need to pay more money on an ETF account to other brokers, not even to me. Okay, there's no fees involved. This is very important to know. Okay, let's start with, I want you also to open parallel when you will start investing in ETFs, please. This is a little tricks that we people, finance people use. I learned this from my colleagues, and it's FundSwap. Pamela, I don't know if this will be useful in Mexico, but in Europe it is, because each ETF, each mutual funds have a code, okay? And this code is very important to see the past of this ETF. So we're going to look on FundSwap how the ETFs behaved in the last 10 years and how much we could make potentially in the next 10 years. So it's very good to see, okay, which ETF is worth investing and which not. Okay. I'm going to take 2 examples, and if you're an investment starter, please make notes of these codes. One code is the S&P 500. This is a no-brainer. If you have a retirement planning, make sure that S&P 500 is in your retirement plan, okay? This is a no-brainer. To have this information, you don't need a coaching session, you don't need an advisor. This is a no-brainer. And the code is, this is for Revolut, for all, for Trade Republic, for everything. X and 5, 3. Okay, let's look at it. Do you all see my Comdirect account? Sometimes yeah, okay, you are. Good. So this is the Vanguard. You will see there are many, many other brands like Vanguard, iShares. At the end, it's all the same. I want you to use Vanguard because it's the cheapest. It's just the cheapest between iShares, etc., Amundi, or other brands that exist. And I'm so happy with this ETF. It grew in the last 6 months tremendously. Okay, so make note of the Vanguard. If we go back to my depot, I'm going to switch to English, I think. Translate in English. I think it's easier. Okay. Let's see my depot. Okay, depot is like a box, okay? A box where you're going to have your investments. So all this is like a bank account, and a depot is like a box where you will see your different purchases. For example, it's like Zalando. You buy a pants, you buy a shirt, you buy shoes. So each company is a purchase that I made. And you can see here very clearly where I'm making money and where I'm making no money. So this is a fund. You can see also what is a fund, a mutual fund. One single company. Here, loss, 91%. This is what can happen if you invest in one single company and you cannot trade it every day. Or track, sorry. Here I lost 99%. It was little money, but still I lost. This is a mutual fund. Here I have like 77%, but I have like a big charge, 2.5% plus 2%. So I'm paying a lot of cost here, okay? These are old mutual funds that I carry on that I don't sell. But if you see here, I have a lot of ETFs, ETF, and they are all green. These are ETFs. They're all growing. Okay, this is Comdirect. I can see here in one view all my investments. If I go to table, I can see the names of the investments. Plus here, if it's an ETF, a share, or a fund. And I want you to look all where you see ETF, that I'm in a plus. Okay, and this is, I opened this pre-Corona time. So Vanguard, I'm plus 1,400. I made 36% already. Okay, Tesla. Okay, I'm not going to argue about Tesla. I'm getting in a bad mood. But okay, here, ETF, green. ETF, green. This is a share. Okay, green. Also, the politische Situation changed a little bit in the US. That's why we see green, but this can change. Nestle, I'm down. Nike, I'm down 900 euros. Here, ETF, I'm plus. Okay, I'm 400 euros plus. Investing only 2,300. This is my investment. So it's really, really good. ETF, I'm plus. I made, how much did I made? Yeah, not bad. 25 euros. And plus 1,000 euros here, growth 30%, ETF green, share red, share green, Guardant Health. Okay, this is a lucky one. ETF up, I'm down. I will look into this ETF. This is, I think, the Indian ETF. This is a fund. I'm green, fund, green, fund, green, share, down, fund, green. This was very interesting a couple months ago, where all shares were red. Right now, everything went up a little bit. That's why we see a lot of green, but usually my shares are kind of in red and my ETFs are always in green. Besides this one that we're going to open, because this is what we do if we see, it's the Indian one, okay? This is a very, okay, wow. Okay, this is a good moment to buy, actually. But this is a bit like advanced, but this would be a good situation to do a one-time payment in your mutual funds or in your ETFs. When you have a bonus, then it's a good moment to buy, because if you see that in the last months, they were still up, there's no reason, there's no potential to growth. Okay, so this is actually the best Indian ETF I've ever found, cost-wise and yield-wise. You can get back to me if you want to have more codes or a session. You can always get back to me, and I'm happy to help. But we're going to go back to our S&P 500. And I want you to open FundsWeb and add this code, X53, the Vanguard. Okay, and this is now like a CV of the ETF. There's a lot of information. I will focus us on the most important information. That is the risk class 5. That means this ETF is yield oriented, okay? Risk class 5 sounds very scary to many people, but the S&P 500, they invest in 500 companies. It's very unlikely that 500 companies go bankrupt, okay? I never seen it, never happened. So I want you to don't be afraid of taking a little bit more risk with ETFs, because ETFs are pretty risk free. So the higher the risk, the better in ETFs. So this says, okay, it's pretty risky, but you won't lose your money. Because I like this tool, you will see how much money this ETF made in the last year or since it exists. Okay, let's do it here to English. So if we click one-time investment in saving plan, let's say that I invested 1,000 euros from 2012. This ETF exists since 2012 until basically now, 5 days ago. I'm going to delete that because we don't have this issue surcharge. This is the charge that I was talking about. And let's say we invest regularly. How much should we add? How much you want to invest regularly?
$500.
500?
Yeah.
That's a good one, 500. Okay, no dynamic. Custody fees. No, there's no fees actually. Okay. Let's see. If you, ja, hätte Fahrradkette, aber if you would invest 1,000 euros as a one-time payment, and we do one-time payments actually every year if there's a bonus or like we just have a good month or we spend less money, it's always a good situation to like invest. We would have made now, so the deposit value would be 233. And your input is 77,500. That's insane. Okay, and this is a real value. FundSwap is like an independent site. That's why I like to look at the past. Okay, if something or people tell me the future, I'm like, okay, I want to see the past. And here we have Corona, we have 2018 even. So that shows that ETFs are reliable, or this ETF specifically. So S&P 500 is a no-brainer. Please note this. And if you are starting your investment account with 100 euros, 200 euros, make sure you put it first in the S&P 500. No-brainer, very easy. Because that's really good. I want you to be motivated by this, by the reality. Okay. Then let's do it. Then we have here. Then when you have your broker account, you will switch back and you will add again the code that I give you for the S&P 500. And then you can go down and see, okay, last year made 25%. It's 100% the US. The second code I will give you is more spread, okay, but the first one is 100% the US. And if you go down, you will see the different industry the S&P 500 has. It has IT, finance, consumer goods, like I think there will be like Walmart, Costco, etc. All the big companies from the US. Health services, communication, energy, utilities, and real estate, raw materials. And so an ETF only by law has to show the first 10 companies. The other companies we can't see. Okay, this is different with mutual funds. With ETFs, you just see the 10 first companies and they can change. I give you an example. If tomorrow Apple goes bankrupt, then Nvidia will go up. Okay, this is why it's so unlikely that you lose money even when a company goes bankrupt, because it's something non-managed and adapts to the market. Nvidia will go up and we will invest the money in Nvidia. Okay, this is what will happen. So I'm going to show you how to do it. Usually you have to link also you have to like download maybe an app on your phone, but then you say saving plan. If you say, I want to do a one-time payment, you go to purchase because you're purchasing a couple pieces. So each piece cost 110 euros. So you know that you're buying, this is your purchase price. And if you want to buy like 10, then you just have to multiply it. But I want to do a saving plan because I want to take advantage of all those ups and downs, okay? Because it's very hard to say, okay, when will be like a down and up. That's why a saving plan. And I want to invest, let's say 100 euros. So this is the commission of Comdirect. This is what I will pay for the total. This is 1.5%. It's pretty okay. I'm okay with that. I said yes. And add another security. That means, do you want to add more? Yes, I want to add one more. And I want you to note this one. go back to our funds web. And the second code I will give you today is the AO. I think it's 0. Well, I think it's 0. RP VH. Yes, and it's the iShares Core MSCI World. No brainer too. I mean, this is risk class 4. And we see also like the continuous growth, what is a very good sign. This is healthy. Like this mountain, this is healthy. If you see something like that, yes, it's something more playful that we need maybe another session for that. But this is very healthy, okay? This is why for me it's a no-brainer and very good to have those codes for retirement planning too. So if you have a retirement plan, please also add this one to your retirement plan. It's a no-brainer. And we see here we will do the same. One-time payment, 1,000 euros. This ETF is a bit older. It was built in 2009. So we have more timeline that we can check. And let's say we invest 500. Or to be fair, let's do 2012, like the other one. Oopsie, Corona. This was Corona. You can see here. So, you know, like, meh. Okay. So today you would have 180,000 euros. That's pretty good. And 75,500 euros is your payment, your input. Pretty good, I would say. If we go down, you also see this green numbers. That means there was always a growth since 15 years. And I can explain that. He also surcharged 0. If I would now copy paste some mutual funds that I have that had good returns, you will see here a high number. That's why I'm not even like showing them, because proportionally ETFs, or the 2 ETFs that I'm going to show you, have the lowest cost and the highest yields. Okay, for a start, this is pretty great. So you see, okay, a lot of the US, but then there's other many countries involved. So the MSCI World is a world ETF that invests in the whole world and in multiple companies. Now you will see in the companies that are like almost the same. It's because, you know, it's very US oriented still, because US is right now the number 1. Like number 1 in investment, not in everything, okay? But still the US is giving us, you know, the best results. And this is why this ETF is lean towards the US. Again, does this change and Japan becomes, you know, the leading country? This will change, and you will see here Japan. Japan is already like number 2, which is pretty good. And you see here the different also industries. When we have, let's say you want to invest 2,000 euros, it's important that we spread more, and then we look for European funds, for like shares also in France, in Germany. Even if they go up and down and they don't give you like the results that this gives you, it gives you always more security for more money. So this is very important also for retirement planning, that you have at least like 3 to 4 ETFs, different ETFs. Okay, so this is very important. Note this code, BKN number. I'm going to copy paste it. Actually, I'm going to open here a second Comdirect window, because I do like to jump, and before I purchase another ETF, to like really look at the CV if it matches. So here it's like €1. You could also start with €1. 23% in the last year. And you go down, you see here all the countries. So this is a bit more detail-oriented at Comdirect. You see more countries, Cayman Island, Norway, Luxembourg, Belgium. So I really like this one, okay? There's a similar one for emerging markets, emerging markets, where India, Taiwan, Mexico is involved. This will be my number 3, but we can do this another session. And again, of course, similar companies, because it's basically also a lot of the US. So these are 2 very good codes to start. And here also we go to Sparplan, or we open the other window and we just add this code and add the 100 euros and continue. Okay, this window will appear in all platforms. You give now a name to your saving plan. I hope it's in all that you can give a name. I like to have financial organization. That's very important, and different purposes. And what I do like about the Comdirect here is the organization. You can give this, for example, a name if you have a certain purpose. Let's say that I want to save for my daughter or for real estate. This is a purpose. If I want to open a second saving plan, I can do that and give it another name. You know, so I can see the different purposes. So this here, I don't know, maybe you can give me a good name for yourself. Like what is the name that you will give investment plan, your first one?
Let's say buying a house.
Yeah, that's a good one. I hope for investment.
I hope to.
Buying a house, perfect. Okay, monthly. Here you can say if you want it monthly or every 2 weeks, every 4 weeks. No, yeah, quarterly, semi-annual, annual. Yeah, every 4 weeks. So you can decide. No, quarterly is every 3 months, right? Yeah, okay.
Exactly.
I say monthly. Monthly is always very comfortable. Purchase day, different days. We say, yeah, 23 is fine for me. First purchase, February. You can also say, okay, February, I'm a bit tight. I start in March, you know, I can do that. If I already have this too, which other you recommend? Okay, Florentia, that's a very good question. Write me an email. Write me an email. I gift you a couple.
Okay.
I have a long list. I wrote all codes from over like 50 clients of coaching sessions, because every client has like different things that they want to invest, because their clients also, they say, I want to invest only in green. I don't want to invest in the US. I want to invest in India. So it's very challenging. Every client is so specific about what they want. So I have so many codes from all over the world, from so many industries that you would even not know, from small caps, you know, artificial intelligence, even. There's something for you for sure. Like a candy shop. I can do that. Florentia, I will put my email address and then you can drop me an email. But it's good that you have those two. It's good. They're no-brainers. And are they working well? Are you happy with them?
Actually, yes, I was looking for the one of the emerging markets, but to be honest, I didn't have enough time yet to do my research. But yeah, I can send you an email.
I sent you the code. There's like one very good one. So this is
Perfect.
also,
Thank you.
of course. So this year, it's important because collecting the investment amount from your clearing account, a clearing account is a sub account. It's basically this here. This is for people that don't want Comdirect, Trade Republic, or Scalable Capital to take money from your account, okay? And want to put the money straight away into the Comdirect, have more control, and the Comdirect takes it from the account. So hier persönlicher Bereich. Verrechnungskonto is the German word. And auf mein Verrechnungskonto, 200 euros went already from my bank account for my saving plan that I have for my daughter. That's the one, 14th of February. And these are all, I think, other payments I did. Steuerlast. You see, they already like taking taxes out of my Verrechnungskonto. But sometimes, for example, Hapag-Lloyd, I have a couple shares. 2 years ago, they were doing really good and they were paying me dividenden. So dividends, like extra payments that you get from the companies, will pay you also on the Verrechnungskonto. Maybe out of topic question, what are ways to be financial advising in Germany? That's very out of, that's a table. I can tell you, maybe just call me. You have to yes, do the question. Let's do the question after this. Maybe it fits. Okay. But thank you. Okay. Going back to Comdirect. So I wanted to go to my other account, and this is my IBAN. This is my personal IBAN. And I want to increase it. Yeah, for example, if you want to protect your money from inflation properly, you can put like dynamic. So that means that every year you pay 3% more. Okay, so I kind of like that. And then continue. And I have here just to open my Comdirect app and say, I have my Face ID, blah, 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 set up. This was for me the most complicated thing. It was not investing. It was setting all this shit up. I'm not good at it, and this took me a long time. So don't get frustrated. And this is what I mentioned, that don't sweat the broker account. And if you have a broker account, leave it as it is, because this is the most challenging part, to start investing and not really doing it. But that's just me. Entsperren. Hier release. Okay. And yeah, I think, okay. I'm doing it. See me and the apps. Okay. It usually it should work. After that, okay, imagine it works. Imagine that I have my apps all together, all my shit together, and it works. But as mentioned, I'm always having technical problems, and I know that the problem is me, but it should work now. Then your saving plan is automated. Okay, and then you can just relax. We can follow step 6, what is just letting it be. I want to go back now to point 5, that was taxes, okay? Because in order to have the tax benefits, okay, you have to let the site know. It doesn't occur automatically. And then you have to go to look to search and do Steuer. No. The word is Freigabe. I go back to German. I go back to German. The original. The word is Freigabeaufschlag. If you don't do this, you will have to pay taxes. And this is a mistake that I did. During a couple of years, I thought that this was happen automatically, but you have to let them know that you want this tax advantage. So Freigabe. Oh my God, this is Freigabe. Yeah. Or maybe sorry, sometimes it's German words, like Freistellungsauftrag. Freistellungsauftrag. Sorry, they are so similar. Okay, Freistellungsauftrag einrichten. Yes. Jetzt Freistellungsauftrag erteilen. You will find this in all broker platforms. Okay, that's very important. And sometimes if you work with broker platforms that are from England, and I think Trade Republic used to be that way, or maybe others, I couldn't find it. And that could be very annoying. Okay, so look at this also, that the broker platform is maybe tied to Germany. And then you can do that. So again, have to open my TAN that is now freezed. Okay, it's frozen. But then you should be able to tell them, yes, you want that for this year. There are different years and you just mark the year. So this word is very important. If not, you will pay taxes on your ETFs, even if you are, even if you should have tax advantages for 2,000 as a married couple and 1,000 as a single person. Very important. You can lose hundreds of euros with that if you don't do this. Okay. Then the next step would be one-time payments. If you have one-time payments, because in the future you want to, like, as we mentioned, you bought something online and you return it, and then you have like 200 euros like leftovers, and before putting them in your bank account and spend them, you want to invest them, you want to do a one-time purchase on the ETF. So I usually put this, I make it very easy. I go to my Vanguard and do there a one-time payment. The perfect scenario is if you do your one-time payment when the market is low, not when it's high, because then you're buying cheap, and if you wait, it goes up. So it's hard to track, but if you have some money in your bank account and you can wait until you track this, you can like gain a couple like extra euros, and it's always nice. So here then you make a Kauf and tell them exactly what, okay, here's freigeben again. You will tell them, or tell the Comdirect or your broker platform how much you want to invest, and you will buy exactly what you want to buy. So it's very easy. Let's go to the point of selling. Let's say tomorrow I need money, or I want to make, let's say I want to make a trip. Why not? Why everything has to be so dramatic? You know, like, oh, I want to, like, I have a bad timing. No, you just want to spend money sometimes, and that's good. You should spend your money because money has to circulate, by the way, you know. We go here and we make Verkauf. So easy. And then you sell what you need. You don't need to sell everything again here. Sicherheitsfrage, freigeben, and they will ask me how much do I want to sell. Make sure that you first make the Freistellungsauftrag, okay, to have the tax advantages. If not, you get taxed. Make sure that you do it maybe a week before. So it's like in, or maybe even 2 weeks, you know, with the German bureaucracy, who knows, that you do it before, and then you sell your ETFs or stocks. And then this money will go straight away in 2 days, max. It goes pretty fast with Comdirect. It's in your bank account. And this is how easy it is and how flexible. And this is why I do recommend everyone to have a broker account, also besides your retirement account, because we don't want to crush things that give us returns over the long term, like real estate or, you know, or retirement planning. This is all for the long haul. And then we have this for 2 years to X 10 years, 20 years plus. Yes. Do we have some questions? Now I will answer all the questions. Yes, Damian.
I do immediately have a ton of questions, but I will try to limit myself. So first of all, Alicia, thank you so much for the extensive lesson. It means a lot to me. Like I was totally newbie and I struggled to like going back and forth, but right now I really feel confident to actually make my first move. So that's just like my personal thank to you for this lesson, and we'll definitely stay in touch about these topics. I had some questions which I note here, but most of them you already answered during the presentation. I just have like one trivial one. Like, does the ETF 500s means they have like a 500 companies in the portfolio, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, and these companies are not set in stone. So basically, they can throw three tomorrow and get three new. So they just have to display the first time. Okay. So that's
Exactly.
like a very, very.
It's why I love the S&P 500 so much, because it's the 500 best running companies in the US. So let's say that one company is like really thriving in the US, it will be substitute to the place 499, you know. So it's always the companies that are that you can buy, of course, that are in the market with the highest revenue.
Yeah.
So this can change totally. It can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. That was just for me to better understand, because the function look very exponential, so it's basically impossible if you keep with the same 500 from the beginning.
Exactly.
All right. So yeah, that was the only question. Yeah, the one thing which I wanted to tell you is about like the fun fact. I'm an identification expert. So these things with the ton, which is happening to you right now, is it's quite often. Don't worry about that. So it's nothing about you. It's very it's how to put it. Like there is so many things which can go wrong in the transactions of ton and the identification process. So yeah, just don't worry about it.
Thank
That
you.
happens. Restart your application.
And then
Refresh the website. Yeah, sounds stupid, but it's working like this.
But
I was
it's
implementing this exactly.
now,
Yeah.
but can you
Yeah,
imagine
you
this happens while I do this, the webinar?
Yeah, no.
Why?
That will happen on every demo. Just don't worry about that. Like I was implementing this shit, like especially this PSD2, if I'm not mistaken. Like when it was every bank in Germany was obliged to have it, and then like everything went wrong. Oh, right away. So just don't worry.
It's good to know. I was like, oh my God, like, please tell me I'm not alone. Thank you so much.
No.
Okay, I'm like, exactly. Florencia, you get back to me. I'm going to put here my email address for everyone who wants to ask questions, also more complicated questions, or hey, I have this knowledge already. How can you help me further? I'm so happy to help. This is to everyone in the meeting. Perfect. That's my email address. Otherwise, on LinkedIn, it's pretty easy, but email address, it's very good. Okay, then I have Venka. Okay, financial advisor for an immigrant. So there are actually many big advisories that will like hunt for young people, especially like, for example, if you're from India or someone that is like from another country, to be specialized in this ones. And they're usually like Deutsche Vermögensberatung oder andere. I'd recommend not doing it like this. I recommend to be completely flexible. It's a bit harder to do it because you need like education. You have to educate yourself. What I did, and the easiest way is you could go to such companies, but then you give your clients only, you cannot work completely free with your clients. You cannot do real estates, perhaps. You can only work with one company, let's say only Generali, etc. So I recommend to do the hard way and to eine IHK-Ausbildung. I have like 3 of those, one for like investments, the other for insurances and loans. This is the first 3 I got and the only ones. And for real estates, I don't need one in Germany. I have one in the US, and I have my partner Samuel for those. He has all the certificates, and this is why we partner. So you could also partner with people that you trust and do a good work, and you don't see as like concurrence, like how you say, yeah. So you can partner with people, and then competition. Thank you. And then you can partner and then give a better service, and you just share. This is how I do it. This is how I did it. So I started 2018, and the exam is not easy. I don't think it's easy at all, even if I'm like a German. And also the people that examine you. So there are like 4 judges that will like let you speak and do financial planning. You have to make a couple of financial plannings. They will want you to start to selling Berufsunfähigkeitsversicherung. And you have to do it. You have to do it their way. This is very German and not the way you would treat a client that's starting with investment. So Germany is very conservative, and they want us advisors to start with insurance planning, to offer insurances to our clients that who works with me. I never did. But this is why I like to work independently, and all the ETF things. This is just me educating myself, and I actually made pretty good money with ETFs, and I bought my first apartment with ETF investing, thanks to ETF investing. That's why I like it so much. This is something that you have to educate completely yourself in the stock market. I hope this helped. Gracias. Okay, cool. Now, was it helpful, like Venka? Peace down. Maybe he's gone. Okay, then thank you so much for attending. I hope, well, you said already, it was helpful. If you have questions, please get back to me on email. Also, if you want me to like look at your retirement planning and you say, okay, I want to like update this, I'm happy to do so, because this is actually very important. Or yeah, other questions regarding your finance, I'm very happy to help. And yeah, to have just a second eye on it. Yes, and if you want to ever work with me, all the consultations are for free. If there's like any charge involved, etc., it depends really on the financial path that you go, but all the consultations are for free and are not mandatory. So sometimes you just like want to compare, or just want to, see how you're doing financially, etc., or just budgeting. Yeah, as mentioned, this is the first step always, to like talk to someone if you really like struggle to do it from with your own. You don't need to be rich to have a financial advisor. And as long as you don't do it with a bank, you should be good, and it should cost you your life. Perfect. Thank you so much. And I wish you a wonderful evening.
Thank you. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.